And check this out, check this out. I hope you like that little intro. I thought it was cute. I'm not sure if I'm gonna leave it like that or not, but I think it's a little bit cute. So I'm just, rock with it right now. Okay, I'm coming in.
Let me cut down. She moving here or out of state?
Here, because when you're going through going through custody stuff, you have to stay in the state.
Okay.
In the city.
You said cut down how much?
A lot.
A lot? How you go to them and get this and then come to me and cut it down?
Right. I might be able to wait. If I get that job, I normally have to have them cut down.
What's a lot?
Okay, I go with that. I'm gonna have to cut them down some more later though.
Oh, here, right, okay. Now what you gonna do? You go to Texas? How you gonna come back and visit your son? Or you come back and visit anyway because your daughter's gonna be here?
No, I don't have to do with her. It's gonna be all the time.
So you will still be coming back to Florida? I see you and your girlfriend, the one that was here. You call your sister. I don't know her name, but Dreadlock. Oh, Dreadlock?
Oh, that's my bestie. Yeah, we went to the conference together, friend.
Oh, look at them. Outside?
Yeah, we was at that conference.
She said, how can I take this rent? I said, that's the truth. Because rent high. Oh, how much is rent in Texas? Not high, Orlando, huh? Or is it?
It's high.
My godson told me I should come back to Baltimore.
Oh, yeah.
Like, the rent, they done raised the rent in Baltimore too. It ain't like it's gonna be so much cheaper. That's scary. I'm trying to be, I don't want to be there. I don't know if I want to be here either, but I don't know if I want to be there. It's familiar and I know I can make money there. So still nobody does nothing like me back home. So I know I can make money there. But I don't think I could be safe there. And I don't want my son to live there. Looking at people's houses. Looking at them cars, them kids, the Teal boys. I don't know why they made the kids so easy to break into. You gonna be on the road after this?
I'm trying to leave.
Today, I'm talking about after the nails.
Early.
Tomorrow. What color you want to do?
Money, pay my mother's rent, and you said you had my $3,000 and late fees. I said I had a whole year's rent.
My mom's not taking care of responsibilities. It was a major turning point for Chantel. The world got so real so fast.
That day, I should have stopped, but it was like the rush. I just couldn't stop.
A year later, in 1988, Chantel was 15 years old and making 20 bands a week. Her hustle was growing, and her rep was blowing up in the streets.
I want to know what that be like.
Come out there before school, make a few thousand. Go to school, get out of school, make like 15, 20,000. Go home, repeat the same thing every day.
I remember on a weekend one time I made $80,000 as a teenager.
Look how you look like.
I can't even believe that.
The strip was never closed, so that mean, nobody really got any sleep. I mean, it's high. Everybody who
That
wants
money out there
street drugs knows where to go.
for the street
Just
drugs.
fucking shoot it. I just snorted. Awesome.
People started respecting me. My name was everywhere. Everybody used Chantel from Emerson Avenue.
Emerson
People
Avenue.
look at you like you God.
Whoever had the crowd had the power. So she was respected.
I wasn't into
I
nothing.
was so street smart, street savvy, and had this presence.
I was into the wrong thing. Trying to do nails and
You get
stuff.
addicted to that life. So that you forget about all my troubles and the situation my mother was in. It's all about you. You forget
That's a
about
big, pretty chair.
everybody else but yourself. And that's what money do to you. And it did it to me at a
I
young
don't know what
age.
money do to you.
A lot of people that sell drugs ain't good hustlers. Chantel was good at it.
What made me a good hustler was I learned the rules of hustling. I always watch my surroundings. I always knew when I see the police go the other way.
You don't think nobody else know that?
Right.
Got pregnant. It kind of scared me because being young and my teens, I really didn't know what I was doing. When Black found out, his reaction was like,
What you think about the mosquitoes they got going on now?
Girl, I don't know what they got going on.
I think they put them out there. I think COVID didn't get enough people, so now they want these mosquitoes that's dropping off these diseases to kill us. That's what I'm saying.
Blacks were 5 years dead to possession with intent to sell. That's why 15-year-old Chantel alone to raise her daughter to spirit, which put a lot of pressure on her to make that money.
How you had the hustle? You gotta become woke. And people say kids don't know, they know. I don't know if I would have been a different person, but it's like she was always hustling. And the streets take a
Her daughter looks street.
Mm-hmm. You got that in them
She got
shit.
uncle getting everything.
Even though it looked from the outside as Chantel was making a ton of money,
What you had this nail fixed?
it's time to get away from her.
Yeah. Why so? Yeah, you had this one
Yeah,
fixed.
and this one.
And this
remember,
was
they
both
two
of them was
came
fixed.
off.
Mm-hmm.
When I really needed him the most, when my mom was about to get set out, he was there. So it's very hard for me to
You been getting your nails done every what? Not 2 weeks.
Yeah, about that.
Really?
if I'm not making enough money, I have a baby now.
Ooh.
The only way that him and I could work is if that 70-30 turns into something else. We basically sold me after me.
Chantel was top money making the top earner. So I think that was really threatening for him. And if she can just get away, anybody can just get away.
Greed for money is out of this world. It is, and money is everything. And
We
then when
had to cut down. I mean, not cut down, but file down a little bit more on this acrylic in some areas where it's lifting.
Okay.
Come on, lifting a little bit. I just don't want to fill it in and don't cut that part off, because then it might turn green right there if I don't cut it off.
if you had a nice car or you look young, the turnpike police will pull you over. They would search your car.
At that time, there was a lot of racial profiling coming from New York, especially on the turnpike.
So it was very hard to get away. I'm gonna always come out with the right solution. So I was talking to
She sound like every chick I know from back home. We must really do got a sound.
Like a camper. They knew all the ropes and they was cool as a fan. They would actually go get it and bring it back in their camper.
I be hearing Baltimore in other people's voice, but I don't hear it in my own.
Every 2 weeks, I paid them $3,000 each time, and that was how I would bring it to Baltimore. They were very quiet. I never knew their names. They never knew my name.
With the problem of transporting the morphine
Put
song,
money on the street.
Once I had the New York Connect, it elevated me to a level that I didn't see coming. I was 17 and I was making hundreds of thousands. I lost sight of who I was. I was like a different person. I was getting money. I was God. I neglected my
You was
father.
not
I was
God.
sleeping with my daughter because at that point, it was all
How you
about
doing?
money.
Pretty good.
Chantel had the best stuff in town. I'm proud of move.
Chantel was the center of attention. People had to pull up and hop out of their cars to see Chantel. She was a celebrity.
I started making millions. Sometimes we would see close to $2 million a month in profit. I just love how people treated me. I would go to the club. I wouldn't have to wait in line.
And I want to know what that's like.
Who I was. I was the more famous.
I want to know if money make you act funny and all that. I want to know.
She wanted to be seen. Chantel didn't want to wear Guess. She wanted to wear Gucci.
I made a fur coat for
Let's see, I ain't crazy about no name brand, so that don't matter to me.
and I thought that was very strange. And I said so. She just laughed it off and said, but that's what I want.
Hello, Renisha speaking.
I had every Benz brand new off the showroom.
Hello.
And I was like literally a kid.
a millionaire by the time she was 17, Chantel was blowing money left and right.
So you blowing
and
it.
nothing fazed her. Not even in 1990, when her New York plug got taken out. She just moved on and started dealing with the Jamaicans who had taken over the Baltimore drug scene. Around that same time, Chantel had made friends with a chick from the block who also liked to floss.
My friend Lisa, she was just like me. She had all the fancy cars. And we would talk and we got so close and we would go to dinner, we would treat each
But you
other.
ain't say
How
none
the
of
hell
that
she had
money.
all the fancy cars
She would
too?
braid my daughter's
I guess both of them
hair.
some
We would switch
drugs,
cars.
big time.
We would blow thousands of dollars
Oh, yeah.
on
But you ain't
clothes
say
together.
none of that money so you can get out of the hood.
Trusted her.
People
Or open a
actually
business.
earn their trust. It's not given. And even then, people cross each other.
I will never forget the day I learned that I couldn't trust anyone. I lived in these apartments in Emerson Village. I had my daughter in my arms. I was holding
My father
her.
used to live
I had
over
the
in
key in
Emerson
my
Village. He used to
hand.
live in, I was born in that, in Emerson Village.
They said, we know you got
But I ain't live
money.
there.
Where is it? One of the guys took her out of my arms and I told him I didn't have anything. And I just remember them putting a shotgun in my daughter's mouth. Got me in my left arm. It went in. Part of it came out. And one of the neighbors had her door open. So I ran in her house and said, please don't call the police. I need you to hold my daughter. I'll be back to get her as soon as I can. I remember jumping in my car.
These Jamaicans didn't play.
Them Jamaicans was on her ass, and they wanted whatever money Chantel owed them, and they wanted it ASAP.
One of the Jamaicans actually put a Polaroid picture of him being at my daughter's school under my door. So I knew that meant business.
She's
I
cute.
went in thinking mode. I was trying to figure out how can I get these guys their money. And doing that, I broke a rule that I never wanted to
Should've
break.
bet her
And
uncle.
that's to go to my grandmother and tell her what I did. It hurt her to the core because she didn't have a clue. She thought I was just this perfect child, good grades. She would brag about me to her friends. She knew she had to get me out of the situation. She just asked me, how much you owe them? And I remember telling her $70,000. And she said, don't worry about it. I'm gonna get this $70,000 for you.
Where the hell grandma gonna get it?
I watched her work like a dog to mortgage her house and break all her annuities. She wiped herself clean for me.
we wouldn't be sitting here talking about Chantel right now had her grandmother not gone to the extent of mortgaging her
My mother
home.
was getting higher and higher, and she didn't even recognize that I wasn't there. And it kind of made me resent my mother even more.
It was about 11 when my mother and I moved with my grandmother, and my mom got sicker after that.
I tried everything in my power to help my mother. One time, I talked my mother into going to rehab. That first night, I called to check on her, and they told me she left. She stayed at that rehab 12 hours.
Chantel was part of the
Get
problem.
out of there.
How could you be a drug dealer and then you upset that your mom is dying from drug use?
You out there selling.
Monster just get inside of you, and life is all about you.
I was addicted to morphine, and the cap from Chantel, the drugs, was so strong that once they grab you, you can't live a functional life. I wasted 20 years on addiction, you know, and I had an opportunity to really be something in life, but drugs really fucked me up. You know, it really fucked me up.
Chantel may have turned a blind eye to the destruction she was causing, but the 19-year-old was stacking millions and taking care of her family. The money she was making was...
What would you do at 19 with millions, Niecy?
So a lot of times the cops would like
Get a
lock
company.
somebody up, and they
I
would
had
ask
so many
them,
companies.
Who's doing the big things
Mhm.
around the way?
I would have some
And they
companies.
just ringing. So it was determined to bring
I don't know what
me
kind, but
The only way you can tell
we
what
gonna own
was
something.
as far as drug trafficking was to get an informant someone on the inside, flip somebody, or you or someone in your squad.
Even at 19, I probably had a nail shop because I was doing nails.
But Chantel was always smart.
Chantel has this way of outwitting the police.
I probably had some of them videos.
She might have a Mercedes, and then one day you see her driving a Porsche now, and then she told the 80s is too high.
The police would bring Chantel out, but they would never find anything. A lot of times the bosses won't be at the same place as the drug stash. Chantel would have called all the shots from maybe another location.
She's doing things at my grandmother's house.
To whatever house.
Boy, that's crazy. You can get your grandma house taken.
Wrong move.
For years, Chantel was able to stay 2 steps ahead of the cops. But in 1993, the cops got more persistent and weren't going to let her just get away.
It was me and my best friend, Tony, and we got pulled over by the cops.
They take the stuff. Two things for what? They might be called the drug dealer or nothing. They took Chantel car years.
I just remember the police coming up with upstairs. I didn't know where they came from. They set us up.
The runners, the cops that I turned in were questioning them, especially the ones that were corrupt with drug trafficking. I was looking at lots of trouble. And there was nothing I could do about that.
We had to go to court, and it wasn't very well. So they had both of my daughter, I was saying with my family there, I was trying to get away. We were looking at 15 20.
When you got contact with 50 more hours, they're better. More better, like all these some ways. That's what people don't understand. Like, the code and always a small code. It's a lot of other stuff that comes with it.
Chantel was trained and taking a lot of time. But before a sentence could be handed down, Tony made the ultimate sacrifice for her best friend.
He said, I'm not upset. I've been with her for a long time. And she said, I'm contracted to $30. And she said, I need to put me on today. And I need to get off stuff. So, I'm a sister. And she said, you in the game, and you're too smart. They're killing children. I need you to let me go there. You go forward, change your life. And come to the grace of the old shoulders. And my part of the case is blown out.
Strong and amazing where certain bonds show when Chantel and Tony took the charge from the lead. We felt as though Chantel would be better served within.
After the trial, as a Baltimore tragedy. But back in 1994, Chantel was determined to take advantage of the second chance that Tony had given her and taking the charges. She made good on her promise and went back to school.
I enrolled in college and I got really serious about my education.
You realize you can't keep doing that.
She really felt at home. Chantel Holloway remains too. I know she probably didn't know how to push that,
And when I'm not listening to Big Girl and they're listening to a class in the car, you listening to everything that people say on repeat. And you beat it in your head. That's when I really start realizing, like, okay, this is what I need.
In 1994, most of Chantel's friends and family only knew about her being a star student. They were in the dark about how she was still living a whole other life.
When I was in college, I was still dealing with the Jamaicans, selling them more things. It was something I felt that I had to do. I had to support my family. I was making $200 a month.
But $2 million a month, you could have stopped that in a year, because then yeah, 24 million.
Crazy. But then you too greedy now.
They keep having to cut them down. So I keep having to start over. I want to take them off and just do acrylic, but sure.
Bones coming through her skin. She just was like, I know what you've been doing.
Shit, them nails been alright. If you still got some all the way up here.
To let you know you gotta stop. And she gave me $100,000 insurance policy. And she said, you take this money, finish school, and you get out the street. Don't be like me, be better than me.
That was the first time I've ever really seen the
Oh yeah, she hard.
You see
They
her-
dressed her up for the show. They dressed the girl up for the show. There's a drink going on there like that.
I'm gonna outlive everybody else. You know, I was just like, she was like, oh, I'm gonna ride this one out. I'm going off in the sunset when it's my time. You know, I'm just listening to her. It was so interesting. Her name is Anna Mercedes Rivera. I know that because it's on her headstone.
PCP was a liquid that
So-
was poured into a nickel bag of marijuana. It was probably one of the hardest drugs to sell.
She was Puerto Rican.
You had to keep it
So it was-
somewhere cold, and you had to keep it
So it was
somewhere
interesting because the last name Rivera, it was interesting because it's like, no matter what I'm going through, baby, you know, I could fight because if she got fighting her, I know I got fighting me. And then another funny thing is she was saying, let me show you my flowers. She said, somebody comes and bring me flowers. Every time I come, I got new flowers on my grave.
It wasn't really like I was wanting anybody's.
But people do that, like they'll walk by, they'll see your gravestone and something touches them, so they come by the next time. My son has a hedgehog, I guess is what it's called, and I don't know who put it there, but it's been there for a couple of years. I don't know who walked. No, like a little, I don't know what the thing is. Let me tell you what it actually is. I call it hedgehog, but let me see what it really is. It's that little creature animal thing that look like it got all them porcupine spines on it. What is that? Okay, well that's what it is then. Somebody put that on my son's grave and it's been on there about 2 years. I never move it. I just leave it.
Got killed at 19 years old. But it's
Probably less than 10 minutes before the lady came out there, and she took so much of my time. It was time for me to come for my nail appointment. I was like, oh man, and I dare not go out there when it's getting dark.
But with Al gone, she needed a new way into the game.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back again.
Mike.
I'm gonna have to go back again.
Low key.
I don't know. I was trying to have a conversation with him before I left, but you know I'll be back. But anyway,
and that would be my daily thing. I didn't really have to do much. I stuck to him like glue.
whatever.
He definitely taught me a lot.
Don't let it be so long before I hear from you. I just want to know you're okay, and if I have to call myself every few days and check on you, I will.
Giving it to the workers, being with these people who was powerful in the street. I definitely felt like somebody.
She was untouchable. She had Uncle Mike.
I'm never too busy for my friend.
She would get into it with other guys and stuff on the street, and Tony would be like, okay, make a phone call to Uncle Mike, and that's the end of you.
I really did have a great time.
It was so much money coming in, we couldn't even keep up with the demand.
But you know, we went for a Christian conference, and I really, really enjoyed it. Like I'm telling you, like I could see the difference, especially in Fran. Like she is not playing. She's really trying to change her life.
Whoa, it was a lot of money.
Yep.
With that, I was able to be fly.
So I mean, she called me. We were talking about it today.
Tanya was developing a taste for the finer things.
Yep.
But had to keep how she was making her
It was.
on the DL.
It was just that dang on the This ain't been there yet. The comeback.
My father kind of
Yes.
got an idea. He was like, "Okay, I see you."
Oh yeah,
dressing,
thank you for
this,
thinking
like
about
that."
me.
But he will always say,
I said thank you for thinking about me.
Money is the root to all evil. But it didn't stop me from hustling or partying.
Okay, don't you forget that.
We would party at the China Club and
Okay then.
Mary J, Biggie, Puffy.
Yes, I said okay then. I still love you. It's not gonna change.
The crowd is looking because we got on minks and fur coats. And
I do share it. That's you.
we have our sequins.
I share it. That be you.
Leather boots on. We was just some bitches.
Can you hear me? I say I don't mind sharing it. I always tell you that.
At age 18, Tanya was
He'll be all right.
when a friend of mine went to her uncle's house. His name was Chris.
I'm tired of, you know what I'm saying, dealing with so many different people. And I love him, but I gotta move on, baby. You ain't the one.
He don't want you to leave.
No, that too.
Richard Simmons, whose street name was Fritz. Fritz was going to.
He's been my go-to whenever I, need him to do anything or whatever.
Fritz
We've been
was given the name
8 years.
the Consignment King because he had access to
And so it hurts him that
cocaine.
I decided,
Fritz opened a major
yeah, that's not for me.
To go so far?
introduced her to a dealer
No,
named
it's just like,
Adrian
okay.
Oh, that he died for you.
Yeah, he ended up getting married too. And it's like, he always doing what people want him to do.
and was rocking with a bona fide kingpin. I acquired so much more when I got with him. We have an Acura Legend, custom made with an indented truck. I had a 325 BMW. We had a customized van. We also had a 24-hour driver.
I couldn't tell you how many apartments he had in Manhattan. He kept exotic animals. I mean, he had like an eagle in one of his apartments.
We had everything. It was definitely a game changer being in a relationship with him. By 1990, 20-year-old Tanya knew all the inner workings of Ace's game. She was his ride or die, but had no idea how crazy the ride was about to get. He bought me a beautiful diamond ring. He asked me to marry him, and I said yes. Maybe a month or so after that, I found I was going to have a baby, and start our little family. Everything was beautiful, life was good, but then February of 1991,
That's when
Ace
shit
called
happened.
me and said I got arrested. Ace was arrested for the murder of a cab driver that happened 3 years prior. Now locked up, he couldn't collect on the millions of dollars and weight he had on the streets. Someone had to step up.
I was like 3 months pregnant, and I was left with the responsibility of running his business.
I had other people, my lieutenants, but I didn't trust them like that. And I knew I could trust Tanya.
It was a whole lot of responsibility on me because
Child, he got on them drugs. He was selling. You seen him?
upwards of $500,000.
They look like he was on.
Ace had people, but he trusted me more. He left me all the information, everybody who owed money, what they bought, their names, what blocks they were from.
I let her know who to see, who to collect
What's
money, and just
right
give her
there.
that everything else was there.
What you say?
And I would supply them. They would come.
That's all you can say.
Drop off at the same time. Fritz had gave me a couple of keys in order to continue the business for Ace.
Tanya stepped right up into the CEO position and ran his business. It's like he was never gone.
Becoming CEO meant Tanya had to hit the streets and handle business. She couldn't let being pregnant hold her back.
You saw people walking
You killing your own people.
all day,
I just can't.
just looking for things to
All us. Go sell to them white people.
That's the part of the game that some people don't realize. You know,
Hey, it's about who won
think
it.
about the money that caused the jury.
Supply and demand.
But behind the scenes, those were the type of things that went on.
That's the sad part. Why our people wanted it.
But I couldn't control it.
She was on crack too.
Yeah, this one that was talking, I know she was.
People get so caught up in that
With them lips.
Or
With that lipstick on.
they hide further deeper in the drugs.
Oh yeah, she had it.
Consolidating your pain with drugs is deep. A lot of people don't get it.
Bless this city, Heavenly Father. A city that is eternal, Heavenly Father.
We could definitely see the part that we played in doing wrong and destroying our community with drugs. But it didn't stop that hunger to just keep getting the money.
Old, the former street dealer had become the queen pin, known as Miss T. And what Miss T wanted, she got.
The lifestyle that she lived at that time was very glamorous.
She always had money. She always took a bunch of us out to dinner.
Tanya had the fancy cars and the fur coats.
She had her own personal zoo, meaning she could change her fur coat every day for 2 months. We set trends, you know, our cars, our clothes, and just the way we move. We had swag when we didn't even use the word swag.
That's what Frank Lucas was talking about when he was Denzel. Stop being flossy, wanting to buy all this stuff and have all this.
Ace gets locked up, I get robbed, Fritz gets sick. Everything that I loved was gone, just like that. And my world started to crumble.
In August 1991, a 21-year-old Tanya was on her grind when she heard her business partner, Fritz, died. She not only lost a friend, but also lost her plug to the cartel.
Harlem took a loss when he died. This hustling in the game was their way to feed their families, pay the bills. Who could take his place?
Miss T was ready to step up and take over for Fritz. But just days after his death, she gave birth to a baby girl.
August 18th, I gave birth to my daughter, Tiana. My daughter was my world. Before she was born, I had already thought about her education. She wasn't going to go to public school. I had thought out so much. So when she got here, I was just kind of ready to just dive into motherhood.
Tanya planned to give her little girl the
That was
world,
nice,
but when
'cause I
she
wasn't
found
ready.
out she wouldn't be stepping into Fritz's position and had become completely cut off, she didn't know how she was going to stay in the game.
The cocaine cartel connect wasn't passed down to Tanya. The next individual that was under me, he's the one who got in control of it.
Fritz ended up leaving the business and instructions with a guy named Joe, who was next in line. Joe knew everything that Fritz was doing for me. He knew he was giving me work. But unfortunately, Joe didn't do that. And we was kind of like left out in the rain.
He didn't act right. He didn't act like the family was important no more. It was all about himself.
He straight sent somebody to tell me I'm not doing anything for her. No work, no money. She cut off. I was kind of pissed off.
He was supposed to take care of the immediate family. That's immediate family right there.
I didn't know the Columbia Connect, so I didn't have phone numbers or anything like that to call anyone. I didn't have nothing.
That indeed put
Go
her
in.
business in jeopardy because she then was not the person at the top, and that's dangerous because people aren't respecting you. You have no power.
Soon after losing her connect, Miss T took another hit. In 1992, Ace was tried for the murder of the cab driver and found guilty. He got 20 years to life. Any hopes Miss T had of raising her daughter with her dad was gone.
I had a rough year and I didn't know what to do. I'm like, how am I going to continue this? Because I still had to take care of my daughter. So my daughter's godmother, Big D, she was in the streets. She introduced me to a guy, Jay Black. Jay Black was like, oh, I got y'all. I heard about y'all. I know what y'all doing. Got a lot of respect for y'all. So I told Big D, I said, listen, you started off. Let me see how I roll out. And then you can hit me.
At 22, Miss T was determined to make it happen by any means necessary. And this time, she had a new crack cocaine connect.
But before we could get that rolling, Jay ended up getting killed in the street. I'm thinking, maybe this is not for me anymore.
I mean, not if all your people dying.
It was devastation after devastation and incident after incident. You know, people are dying.
She got a child to raise. You can't raise a child like that.
I got a little baby now. Ace is not here. I didn't have to connect to the streets. So it was definitely time.
She a little stud.
I could make $15,000 off of just making an introduction.
Maine looked up to Tony like that's my queen.
I heard that in California, minimum wage is $20.
She gonna make you a star. Before the night.
But I can't imagine wanting to live in California. My cousin lives in California. And I got a homegirl that lives there. No, homegirl lives in Vegas. My cousin lives in California.
Miss T knew the New York streets better than anybody, and she was making all the connections Maine needed to dominate the drug game.
Maine definitely escalated his game to a point where I had never really seen anybody do in a long time. He was making so much money.
He was the new Prince of Harlem.
By 2000, Maine had become a kingpin due to Tanya's reps and connects in the streets. They were queen and king of Harlem, partying with hip-hop celebs and chilling at all the hot spots.
When you become popular in New York, the drug dealers in the hip-hop industry will become entwined. And then these beefs start.
Got you done before it even got...
He was like, you know what, sis? I don't want to do this no more. All this craziness back and forth. And when he said, T, I'm tired. I don't want to die. Until June 23rd, 2000.
Ooh.
We was actually supposed to go out that night. And he called me, he was like, sis, we not going to go tonight. I was like, okay. So I went and took my daughter to eat. And then I got a phone call from one of the guys that I had hooked Maine up with in the game.
I don't know.
And he said, did you hear?
For the relationship?
And that Main Streets wasn't what they thought it was.
Was she a hard girl?
Nobody.
Some boys like hard girls.
Baby, she got on the sports bra and everything.
And in 2009,
What's wrong with a sports bra?
Ain't
Ain't nothing wrong with a sports bra.
She hold her boobs down.
Wrecked the things that I did in the past, but I can damn sure I'm trying to make up for it. The life that a lot of us live is not something to brag.
Oh, God.
Cannon was a boss. You can see that from 10,000 miles away. But we didn't really know what Candace actually did.